It was the interview heard around the world. Before we dive into the story, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of real-life drama, love, and everything in between. Lee Min-ho, the legendary actor known for his charisma, his talent, and a heart that never fails to leave fans breathless, stunned the world when he sat down for a behind-the-scenes special for the blockbuster series Omniscient Reader, The Prophecy. But what truly shocked fans wasn't just his deep thoughts on the role. No. It was when he looked directly into the camera and, without hesitation, revealed the name of the person who inspired, encouraged, and even shaped his entire performance. Without Kim Go-eun, he said softly, I wouldn't have discovered the emotional depth this role required. The air in the studio seemed to still. For those who have followed the duo since their unforgettable on-screen pairing in The King, Eternal Monarch, this felt like destiny coming full circle. The internet exploded. Clips of the interview spread like wildfire, and hashtags like #Minun, #Lee Min-ho thanks Kim Go-eun, and #OmniscientReader soared to the top of trending charts across Korea, the Philippines, Indonesia, and beyond. But how did Kim Go-eun, who wasn't even part of the Omniscient Reader cast, end up playing such a vital role behind the curtain? Let's rewind. It all began months before the series went into full production. Lee Min-ho had just wrapped a long-running shoot abroad and was in search of something that would challenge him, not just physically, but spiritually. The role of Kim Dokja in Omniscient Reader, The Prophecy, wasn't easy. He was a complex man burdened with knowledge no one else possessed, a loner with a heart desperate to save the world. It was heavy. It was raw. And it required a kind of vulnerability even seasoned actors shy away from. According to sources close to the actor, it was during this critical time that Kim Go-eun quietly entered the picture, not as a co-star, but as something far more intimate. A confidant, a muse, and perhaps something more. Friends say she would often visit Lee Min-ho during script readings, offering notes, reading lines with him, and even helping him explore the emotional psychology of the character. She knows how to listen, Lee Min-ho said in the interview. And she knows when to say exactly the right thing, even if it's difficult to hear. That's rare. Their late-night study sessions, often held at his home or quietly tucked away in a cozy cafe in Sinsadong, weren't just about acting. They were about connection, growth, and trust. Insiders claimed that Go-eun would challenge Min-ho on character motivations, question his delivery, and even ask him to revisit certain traumatic personal memories that could help ground his portrayal. She pulled those emotions out of him, said one of the assistant directors. No one else could have done that. But it wasn't just behind-the-scenes coaching that made her influence so profound. It was the energy she brought to his world during a time when pressure was mounting. You see, Lee Min-ho explained with a smile, when I doubted myself, she never did. And when I pushed too hard, she reminded me to breathe. He paused for a moment. She reminded me who I really am. And perhaps it was that grounded sense of self, that anchoring presence, that made his portrayal of Kim Dokja feel so devastatingly human. Throughout the show's airing, fans repeatedly praised Lee Min-ho for what many called his most emotionally resonant role to date. Critics, too, took notice. He was nominated for Best Actor at multiple major award shows, and whispers of an international Emmy nod soon followed. But with every accolade, every headline, he would redirect the attention back to someone else. Back to her. I've worked with many talented people, he said, but Go-eun, she's something else. She sees things in people that they don't even see in themselves. Fans began to speculate about the true nature of their bond. Were they together again? Had the Minun spark never really faded? Their history goes back years, and though the two had long been rumored to be more than just friends, both always maintained an elegant silence on the matter. But after this reveal? After Lee Min-ho essentially credited Kim Go-eun for the very soul of his performance, the line between professional admiration and something deeper began to blur. One particularly viral clip showed a compilation of all the moments Lee Min-ho had spoken about Kim Go-eun in interviews over the years. His eyes, his smile, that unmistakable softness in his voice when he said her name. It was undeniable. But while fans continued to ship the two with fervent passion, neither of them made a direct confirmation, choosing instead to let their work and their unshakable bond speak volumes. Still, the signs were everywhere. When the production team of Omniscient Reader threw a private wrap party, Kim Go-eun was spotted quietly slipping in through a back entrance. No cameras, no red carpet, just presence. Witnesses said she stayed close to Min-ho throughout the night, speaking with crew members, laughing over inside jokes, and even sharing a slow dance when the party dwindled down. There was nothing flashy about them, one guest noted. It was just real. It felt like watching two people who understood each other on a level most of us can't even imagine. And maybe that's the kind of love story this was all along, not the flashy kind, but the kind built on trust, on creative energy, on mutual respect. As the finale of Omniscient Reader, The Prophecy, aired, fans were moved to tears, not just by the powerful ending, but by knowing how much heart went into every scene. You could feel it, one fan wrote on Twitter. Every time Kim Dokja looked like he was carrying the weight of the world, you knew someone had helped him carry it. In the weeks that followed, Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun were seen together more often, sometimes at art exhibitions, sometimes leaving the same gym. Never caught in any scandal, never confirming anything. Just being real, being themselves. And in an industry that often demands perfection, drama, or spectacle, their quiet, supportive partnership felt like a breath of fresh air, like truth. In a rare follow-up interview, Kim Go-eun was finally asked about her role in Lee Min-ho's performance. She smiled softly and said, "All I did was remind him how powerful he already was." That single sentence set the internet ablaze again. The way she looked when she said it, the pride in her eyes, the warmth in her smile, it said everything. Whether romantic or simply the deepest kind of friendship, theirs was a bond that changed the course of a performance. That moved audiences. That made one of the biggest dramas of the year not just a success, but a cultural moment. And maybe, just maybe, it gave fans something even more precious. Hope. Hope that in a world full of noise, two people could still find each other, could still lift each other up, and could still create something unforgettable together. So, the next time you rewatch Omniscient Reader, The Prophecy, and you see that glimmer in Kim Dokja's eyes, you'll know that behind that emotion was more than just talent. There was trust. There was love. There was Kim Go-eun.